Hello and welcome to Transformation Time. My name is Carol. I'm a transformational speaker, writer, blogger, and movable optimist, and I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself in your personal life as well as your business. This season we are looking at transforming, and speaking of transformation, I'll be right back to introduce the guest for today's show. And welcome back. Like I said, my name is Carol. I'm a transformational speaker. On this show, we are always looking at how people are transforming people's lives, especially in our nation, but as well as the continent at large here in Africa. So one of the things that we try to focus on is to see who are the people that are game changers, who are the people that are moving you from your traditional mindset to the things that come naturally, because of your purpose, because of the things that you've been called to do, all those things that come into play based on the fact that you've decided to reach out and transform somebody's life. So today I'm going to be talking to Elizabeth Malama, and she is the founder of this amazing brand called Chikashana. Welcome to the show, Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Carol.
Okay, so I wanted to find out, we are here talking about transformation. So before we get into the product, before we get into the things that you've been doing to transform people's lives, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you feel that you're one of the people that is changing lives here in this nation.
I am very optimistic. I love new challenges, and I love to think outside the box. That's been a strength of mine. Only recently. So I've not always been like this. Somebody that would conform to a situation and just stay there. But as I have grown, I have tried, based on my own life's experiences, to break barriers and see things from a certain perspective. Now, my current situation where I'm running a business like this had come from a place where there was a cervical cancer situation in my own life. And having gone through that experience myself, I wanted to find a solution first for myself. So I was transforming from a traditional girl that uses traditional methods during her menstruation to find something that's completely outside my box.
Absolutely.
Outside my box. But because of health issues, I needed to find a solution for my problem. And of course, a business was born from there. And it's never been the same. Now from here, we are helping many more women.
I like the fact that you said it's, you started the transformation with yourself. And that's one of the things that I always tell people, that you can't transform unless you've started with yourself. Even if you go ahead and jump the gun and feel that, certain things are not applicable to you, you will find that on the journey to transformation, you are the one who starts to transform from the inside. So you become an example to the things that you are actually professing, you're speaking, and you're sharing about. Now, you spoke about being, not moving from the traditional mindset. How was that change for you? Because it's not something that, change is not easy. It's not something that we fall into. Did you have to go through, somebody speaking to you? What are the steps that you took to say, what, I'm going to move from this traditional mindset to something, out of the box, so to speak?
So periods are not exactly what we talk about every day. So that's a very
it's transforming.
Sort of
you learn it in biology, and that's it. After grade 12, you're done.
So it's something that, first and foremost, I was not raised to talk about. It was something that happened, but was never discussed. So it happened in the generation before me. It happened in my own generation, and slowly I started to see it happening in the generation after me, which is my children. So when I decided to actually change the way I see, first and foremost, myself as a woman. So I needed to transform my ideology around menstruation, because I was made to believe that periods were dirty. They were not discussed. There were myths about not having to cook because
I was just about to talk about
that. Not be able to put salt in, not even to put charcoal
or
on
be
a
near
brazier.
The stove.
Yes, all those transformations. So for me was, what does this mean for me as a woman? Why is it that I'm classified in such a way because of a condition that is not my choice? It's something that I was born with, but because of a condition, I have been classified to be like this. So it's a sort of like a condition, like because you are like this today, you cannot do this tomorrow. And if we talk about it truthfully, as women, we have had to face that particular kind of lifestyle in different spheres of our lives. So it started to have to be me looking at me and say, look, it's okay to be on your period.
Yeah.
I had to do that in my 30s, for the love of God, because all this time I thought it was not okay.
You're not empowered to be okay.
It's okay. I'm beautiful on my period. I had to start to see what period do. This is why I give birth to children, because of this condition. I give life. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. And it's a big lesson for me that have come through it. I'm called the period girl because I just talk about periods. And I'm talking about
and rightfully so. The happy period. Oh my goodness. I still have to wrap my head around that. But yeah. Okay.
But I had to transform from that girl that was hiding in the corner to that girl that messed up in school and was ashamed to walk down going home because of the condition that I couldn't control, to a girl that now talks about period without shame and just tells all the girls my age, older than me or younger than me, that it's okay to be on your period and you are beautiful on your period. There is nothing wrong with you on your period. It's a big lesson out there, but I had to tell my inner self, my younger self, my 13-year-old, to transform from that place and actually allow it, embrace it. It's who you are.
Okay, so we've been talking about the happy period. I want to know, if I come to you, I've never used this, I don't know what it is, I'm hearing about it, the ads and everything is so amazing. But when I come close, I'm not getting a pad, I'm not getting a tampon, I'm getting a shake-up.
Yes.
How, first of all, am I supposed to use it? What happens? How long is it for? I just want to understand the whole, how do I keep that thing there with me the whole time? So that's what I want to know.
So a shake-up is a brand. First, there's all sorts of brands now on the market. Thank you very much. But this is the first cup in Zambia.
Okay.
And menstrual cups have been around since 1940. So it's not a new innovation. It's been around. The first patent was in 1941. So as you would understand, it has had to go through a transformation to be where it is now. The biggest thing that is making the menstrual cup become the big thing now around the world is that it's healthy.
Okay.
So this is what's happening, not to downsize other products, but right now it's being considered, being made out of medical grade silicone, that it's the only product that does not have chemicals.
So there's no irritation?
No thrush, no whatsoever. And that's right now, that is why like the American community is pushing the use of the cup because of the health implication. Now, I'm losing the American market because the American market first have got higher standard of pads and tampons.
And they're runners with stuff.
Yes. So they have their FDA regulations are very high compared to Africa.
Very high.
But even they are saying we need a safer product to use as women. Now, I told you about cervical cancer, my cervical cancer experience. My doctor kept saying, check the pad. And I didn't understand why. So when I looked up the pad, the plastic that is used on the pad, the acetone, the bleach, that slowly gets you to have some sort of infections. And in cases of women, would have around our age group, cancer cells start growing. So now if you go to the cancer center, you find 19-year-olds to 30-year-olds are the ones that are having cancer, and they don't understand why that there's such an increase in that.
So they're being screened as young as 14.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes. So crazy. You're looking at why is because it's really safe. That's the biggest issue. For me, just to find a product that was safe, that I didn't have to worry about cells growing back, because I had cells growing back twice. So just the fact that I don't have to worry about that, I wouldn't want another woman to worry about that. But also the fact that it's economical. So 13% only of women in Zambia have access to menstrual hygiene products. Only 13%. So 81% either use cow dung, leaves, mud, or cloth. That's your 81%. Why we love the shake-up is because anybody can afford it. It's a one-off buy. You use one particular product for 10 years.
Wow.
So if you calculate, it's actually a 1 kwacha 15 way.
So if you get it now, if I get it now,
10 years.
I might as well reach menopause and I still have it.
Oh.
That's amazing. That's interesting.
So you're looking at how do we, because I'm an advocate for period poverty. Like every girl should have access to a decent menstrual hygiene product. And how do we fix that? Because you can't keep going to ask for aid every time to sort out a problem. You fix it once and for all. And I'm a believer in once and for all, and that's where the Western world has left us by far. Yeah. You fix the problem now and don't have to worry about it tomorrow.
Yeah, regardless of the cost.
Yes, and the cup does just that. It helps you have something affordable. It helps you have something that is safe, no chemicals to it. And if there's any other benefits after that, of course we can talk about them, but just these two are
should
enough.
Get you going.
Yes.
So let's take a look at this product.
So the Shake Cup, this is size 1.
Okay. Oh, they come in sizes?
Yes. So there's 2 sizes. One is for teenagers up to 25 years old.
Okay.
And they come in pink, because girls like pink. Yeah. And then we have purple and green, which is size 2.
Okay.
And that is for women 25 and above, women who have had children. Now for size 1, for a woman that has not had children, she can use it up to 30. Okay. Yes, because the muscles are still tight. So what happens is that our pelvic muscles start to expand when we get 25 and above. That's why the size 1 stops making sense, because then it becomes too small when you're on your period. Okay. So this is the cup, and this is my size 1 cup. Okay. So it's all medical grade silicone. You can touch it.
Oh, okay.
It's all medical size, so it feels rubberish. Yeah. It's very easy to adjust to your body. So what the cup does conforms to you, like you're having implants. Okay. Or hips. They just conform to you. So it's not like you are wearing something that you should feel. Yeah. It just becomes a part of you. It's a part of you. It's That's like what I wanted to know. Yes. It just becomes a part of you because it's like it's not there. So it goes and sits right where you have given it space to sit. Okay. So I know there's questions that Zambian women especially ask, wanting to make my vagina big, or but it does not do that. It just sits where you allow it. Yeah, it just sits where you allow it to sit. So how you wear it, you fold it. There's different kinds of fold. There's the C. Some women like that. Looks easy. Yeah. There is the punch down. This is the easiest, especially for tampon users. Okay. Because it actually minimizes the rubber on the top. Yeah. So the punch down, then you wear it inside. You squat, whichever makes feel better. We talk about this every day, so bear with me. Mm-hmm. So you insert it in and it opens up. Okay. So it's a collector. That's what the cup does. So your vagina was around here, holding. It will not move. The cup will not move. I know women ask, will it spill? It will not spill. This is the same structure of your cervix. Okay. So it's sitting right under your cervix and just collecting blood. So if you're wearing it properly, when you take it out, it should just be as pink as you see it now. No stain of blood at all. All the blood should be right inside. So I love it because it's clean. It's just clean. It doesn't matter the males that It doesn't matter the males. Everything will still be there. Everything will still be inside. Interesting. Mm-hmm. But how do you handle those? Like for me, I grew up having a lot of pain. Yeah. So even if you try and use a tampon, you try and use something, it's painful. Yeah. Does it eliminate that? How does it help with those that have dysmenorrhea? How does it help with those who constantly have pain? Is it with time, or is it consistent use, or is it something that you try and then how do you handle with those that have got like pain? You mean cramps? Yes. Okay, so because it's silicone, and it has suction, some serious suction. You've seen the little holes here, so it does not allow air inside or outside. Because the air kills you. The air kills you. I know about that. So it just conforms. When it conforms to your body, it does not allow air penetration. Now, because it's like rubber, it holds right in your vagina. It helps reduce your cramps because then it's holding you. Yeah. So it helps. Yes, because there's that grip. So that grip helps. It doesn't eliminate the crumbs completely, but it helps with reducing that. So
any relief is great.
Crumbs is part of life, guys.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing we can do about it.
It's an indication.
Yes, take a Panadol.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah, know your cycle and prepare before
that. Yes, just take a Panadol and it helps. But the cup helps as well with that. We don't market it as much on the cramps because we don't know the kind of cramps that people have.
Yes.
I myself have witnessed that when I wear it, my pain reduces. But
Yeah,
I don't know if that's going to work for my next door neighbor. So I would rather.
But the key thing is that it's affordable, it's durable,
Yes.
And it's very healthy.
Healthy and clean.
Interesting.
So the air as well. Talking about the air.
Yeah.
So the air is what allows us to have odor. So when air passes through your pad, then you have that smell.
Yes.
So when you're wearing a cup, because air is not allowed, you have no odor. Yeah. So like what I always say, it's just clean.
For me, Liz, before we close off, what I wanted to ask is when you're doing things like transformation, a lot of people out there will be wondering to say, how did you even come about this whole idea? This is, for some people they'll say fiabasungu, things like that. And then also some people will come to say, I will just never try this. How do you break the mental, disconnection for people to move from their conventional things? Are there words that you speak? Is it a matter of demonstrating? Because it must be at some point, I know now, people are becoming more aware, but there must be some barriers to your market penetration that are sometimes, keep you up at night.
Yes.
How do you deal with that? Is your why so strong enough? Is it the fact that people are warming up to the product? What keeps you going? Because a lot of people fold. They bring in beautiful, amazing inventions, and then they go away after you've relied on them. What will make Liz stay? What will make the chic cup stay?
Well, Liz is a fighter from day one. So something that I feel that us women must be is inquisitive.
Okay.
Now, Zambian women, we are chilled out. We really don't ask the questions. And
we debate them.
Yeah. We debate about very silly things, actually, but not real stuff. But if you want to transform, you have to have a mind that is looking. You have to be looking. You have to be asking questions. You have to not settle. I think that's a big thing if you're gonna make it either as a human being, as a woman, or as a business person. Just keep asking and look out. We are so used to say, like my first outreach programs were like, no, we're not doing that. We're not changing. Like pretty much that was the response I got from everybody that I would walk to and say, look, I have this great product. When you just start in the boots.
And that's why I asked.
Yes, and they were like, no. Like it's literally impossible. There. And sometimes you feel like you are hitting the wall. And most times it felt like that. But we kept pushing. And that's the thing. Keep at it. Don't give up. It looks like it's impossible. Big businesses take 5 to 10 years to become successful. I didn't realize that until I got into business. First was like, okay, so this is the deal. But you have to just keep pushing and tell yourself, I'll make it. Things are going to get better. I've got this. I am called. Now, if you're living in your purpose, you can't afford to quit.
I like that.
It's not a by the way. It is
if you're living in your purpose, you can't afford to quit.
You can't
There's
afford
somebody
it.
out there waiting on you.
Yes.
Amazing.
Somebody is waiting for you to arise so that you can sort out their issue. So because of that, we keep pushing and we keep saying, look, we're gonna make it. This business is gonna work. We're gonna take Zambia, we're gonna take the southern region, we're gonna take Africa. We're gonna do it. It looks small now. Now we have people calling us for deliveries. It wasn't like that when we started. Women would just pick up the phone and say, I need a chic cup. And you're like, oh my God, what just happened? But we had to just keep believing that this is what we are called to do, and we are going to do it at the best of our ability. And because we are in the will of God, things are going to work out, and things are working out.
I'm glad to hear that. So now, we're going to wrap up. I think one thing I would ask, because I think you've answered what I wanted to ask in terms of what you would advise somebody who's getting into the business, sector, somebody who's starting out with some crazy invention, because at some point this must have sounded crazy. Now, so many times we see things and we see them on the market and we say we want to also be somebody who can transform. What advice would you give to somebody who has seen a product, let's say even maybe your product, and they say, I want to do something similar, but it's not what they've been called to do. How did you know that this was your purpose? What would you advise somebody who wants to try out something, not based on what people want in the market? How would you push them to say, do your own thing, regardless of what you see on the market?
You? That is big, because you know there's always something that you are good at. I'm good at talking.
Yeah.
That's my biggest asset. When I bought my first cup, I didn't think about it as a business. I just found something great to use, and then every time I started to think about ideas around a new business, because I had already been running my own other business, and this was not even an option for me. I was just looking at it as something of use in my own home, and then I started to question why every time I thought about a new business idea, kept pushing me to this direction. So every time I thought about a new business, I said, you know what, a cup would be a good business idea. And then I would forget about it. Then I was reading The Richest Man in Babylon.
I love that book.
Yeah. And then I looked at that and looking at as what is this thing that I was actually on a bus to Mokushi. And I asked myself, what is it that I have been trying not to do? And I realized this was the business.
Was a solution.
And then I told God, because I think I have these great conversations with God. I don't know if people believe it or not believe it. But I said, you know what, I'm going for a rural mission work from my church. And I'm going to talk about the cup. It happened on the bus. I'm not lying. And then I want to see the feedback that I'm going to get. If this is something that you are indicating that I can do, I'm going to be flawless at it. That's the thing. If you're going to do something, you have to be flawless. It better feel
like water.
Yes.
It better go.
So I'm talking about health and hygiene to rural women. We are talking about Mukushi women who work at white farmers of farms, and I'm talking Lala, of course, because I'm in the hood, and I'm talking about this thing, and women were so excited.
Amazing.
I didn't have a cup. The only cup I had was the one I had on. I didn't have a cup. I didn't buy any cup. But I saw how excited women got. And I said, okay, I'm going back home. I told God, I said, okay, that maybe was a fluke. I'm going back home in Lusaka and I'm going to talk about it. And then when I talked about it with women here, they were so excited about it. I said, you know what, I'm going to do this.
Amazing.
So always do you. Just do you. Find something that you're good at. And like I said, for me, I talk. Some people like to bake. They don't like to talk. They like to do stuff with their hands. So just find that one thing that you do flawlessly. And something that if you didn't do it, you would probably feel sick, or you would probably feel like you are half dead. That's just things that we do that excite our spirit. And when you find that, that's your thing. Don't go doing, I know, menstrual cups, but the moment they hear that I've sold 1 million of them, everybody will want to do menstrual cup business. But you see the thing, that's why businesses fail. It's because you are not looking at what you are called to be. You are called, and then you give up eventually. I am a believer in a product like Trade Kings. I learn from Trade Kings every day. The resilience and the persistence, but it's because they were in their calling. That is what they were meant to do. They started from the kitchen and now they are a multi-million business. But they had to go through the meal. That's the thing. Are you willing to go through the meal? Are you willing to go bankrupt for your passion and what you believe in? Then that's your calling. So it's not an easy road, but it's a road that you are willing to go walk in, and that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been an interesting show. You've heard it for yourselves, guys. So I hope you've learned something today. I hope that today's episode has helped somebody out there to step out of their comfort zone, to try, to know what it is that they've been called for purpose. Remember, it's all about a solution. Are you providing a solution? It's not so much about passion, but are you transforming somebody's life out there? So until the next episode, it's goodbye.